Yo, welcome back to the Undisputed GOAT podcast. I'm here live with BRL Sports and The Flash, live from Columbus, Georgia to Madison, Georgia, all the way up to the great state of Wisconsin. So, how y'all doing today, man?
Doing good. It's hot as shit up here, and we're dealing with all the Canada smoke. So up here in Wisconsin, I mean, it's been really hot and really smoky. So, but other than that, things are going all right.
I mean, champ. I mean, hey, I'm right there with you when it comes to the Georgia Heat. So, hey, we definitely been feeling it. Been hot today, but luckily with none else fails, if I want to I got me a nice big little oscillating fan beside me. I'm gonna click this bad boy on just in case I need it. Right now, I feel pretty good, but no, honestly though, man, it's been good. Just I'm ready to get into the topics tonight, man. And I'll enjoy getting, I enjoy getting on this show and sharing the spotlight with y'all. So I'm ready to get after it.
Hell yeah. And look, man, the worst thing that could have ever happened in Georgia to a person in Georgia Heat happened to me today.
Oh gosh.
Oh, right.
Oh, come on. So come on. See, I like a good story. God dang it. Well,
okay.
Yeah, so we're waiting on Champ to get back up in here. He's been having some issues. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I am. But look, let's just get right into it. The worst thing that can happen today is that damn air conditioner went off. So let's bring the damn heat while the heat's still going. Hey, so let's just get right into it. After that 40-10 game, she's still getting a lot of criticism at this point, that being Caitlin Clark. So I'm going to just get right into it. No frills, no chills, no anything. Is she overhated or overrated? Y'all had the floor.
All right. I think there are some fair criticisms. Champ, I saw that even your favorite person on earth, what's his face? Jason Whitlock.
Jason Whitlock.
Yeah. Had some criticisms for Caitlin Clark. I think there's some valid. I think her 3-point percentage is down. I think the turnovers are still there. I think those are valid. I think those are valid criticisms, but that doesn't mean she's not great or not, one of the best players in the league. I think it's kind of. I don't think she's overrated at all. Is she overhated? I think that's a broader topic in the WNBA than it is just centered on Caitlin Clark. Like we're going to get into the Angel Reese situation later, but I honestly think that I think she's overhated. Just like I think Angel Reese is overhated. I think that a lot of what the problem with the WNBA right now is that like this is catty bullshit drama instead of let's just get down and play basketball. And I don't know. I mean, again, she's top 5 in scoring. She's second in assists. They're 16-10 now, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So
beat the New York Liberty by 20.
Yeah. So again, and everybody wants to say Kelsey Mitchell this and why can't this be Steph Curry and Klay Thompson? Why can't this be the Splash Sisters, but in the WNBA version? Why does it have to be one or the other? Why can't we just have both and be happy? The WNBA as a whole has to get past a lot of this petty drama crap to actually be, and it starts from the top on down. If you look at the commissioner, when the commissioner's, I don't want to take that interview.
She's a fucking idiot. And I hate to say that, but she's a fucking idiot. And I don't understand how anybody with a damn law degree and has worked up under the tutelage of Commissioner David Stern and Adam Silver can be that fucking idiotic. Excuse my language to the audience out there, but I have never seen a commissioner that damn dumb before in my life. And the players don't respect her because I've said this repeatedly. I have never heard anybody call Commissioner Adam Silver, Commissioner Roger Goodell, even the commissioner of the NHL or any other league by their first name. It's either Commissioner Stern, Commissioner Roger, or it was something like that. I've never, other than damn James Harrison, but he's an asshole. But he called Roger to Goodell Roger. But he was always in trouble with Roger Goodell. But you could tell that the players do not respect her because the only thing they call her is Kathy. That's it. And I've never heard anybody call their boss Kathy.
It's not even. I mean, I'm sorry, but that whole rant that Dan Patrick put on her was well deserved. And he said if we're gonna take you seriously as a league, then you need to start acting like it. And that's just truth. You can get your panties in a bunch all you want about this, but look, all I've been hearing is we need to take women's sports. And look, this is gonna sound like one of those fucking rants or whatever, but whatever. This is. You've been whining that we need to take women's sports seriously. You need to. We need eyeballs on it. Well, you got what you wanted, and now you don't like the attention because with attention comes criticism, warranted or not. So I
apologize about the noise in the background. My family's playing the Michael Jackson game on the Wii, so if you're hearing the music coming in the background, my bad.
Hey, this is uncensored and this is the uncensored show. Anything goes.
I don't know. What do you think, BRF? I know I kind of did the WNBA as a whole, and we're going to get to Angel Reese thing in a minute here. But what are your thoughts?
I don't think Kathy Engelbert looks to me like the commissioner that's really going to lead them to the next level. I don't think she's cut out for it. I don't think I don't like the more I hear, the more I see as far as her actions and then her words and just everything that's been going on. I don't think she's a commissioner to really get this league over the hump to the next level. I mean, kudos with the TV deals and the guarantee and the $1 million contracts, the supermaxes and all that. Kudos. You're the commissioner at the head of all that. But now but it's still when you're dealing on that side of the fence, as far as sports is concerned, as far as just the executive side and everything like that, you're thinking about long term every single day. It's not just short term. You're thinking about the future every single day. You're thinking about ways to make your league better. I don't think Kathy Engelbert. I don't think she's the one for it. I think it's something they really need to look at in the next couple of years, whenever her contract's ready to come up. They really need to consider it because I don't think she's meant for I don't think she's the one to get this league really to where it really, where it deserves to be as far as I'm concerned. But I don't think she's the commissioner for it. I don't. I've just lost all faith in her in terms of how she run things and Flash at all the petty drama that's going on as a commissioner of a league like the WNBA. When that stuff's going on, you got to be the one ultimately at the end of the day to put your foot down and say enough is enough. And she's not doing that.
Not doing it.
She's not doing it at all.
She all this drama going on with and look, we were talking the first 2 years of Caitlin's career. We were talking about on this show how she was getting the shit kicked out of her and nobody was doing anything about it. And that was valid. That was happening. And it still happens. I'm sorry, it still happens.
Yeah.
And the way in some aspects that she has been treated by fellow players and the league in general, you can sit here and say this and say that, but the way that she's been treated has been terrible in some aspects, considering the eyeballs that she brought to the league. That's just the truth. But
I 100% agree with that. To play devil's advocate a little bit, she got to slow down she got to slow the hell down on them tantrums.
Yeah.
She got to slow down on them because, granted, she has been getting her butt kicked and she's gotten whooped. She's been taking a beating since she's gotten into the league. I 100% agree with that, and I'm not condoning it at all because ultimately, at the end of the day, she is one of the big reasons why you have these eyeballs. But at the same time, though, she got to understand when you come into a league and you got a lot of hype, the veterans gonna come for you. You're gonna get it. You're gonna get it, whether warranted or not. You're going to get it.
I said it on this show. I said when last year when it was getting Sophie Cunningham fucking Muay Thai'd that girl and it was getting real chippy around the league and everybody's like, oh my god, everybody's being so violent.
This is what hey.
This is what the WNBA did. They did beat folks' ass in the WNBA for a while.
Yeah. I said it on this show. I was like, we've been begging. A lot of people have been begging for the 80s and 90s basketball to come back. Just turn on a WNBA game.
Right, exactly. And like, hey, I got no problem with the physicality, because ultimately, when you're dealing with a league like WNBA and you're looking for eyeballs, you need any type of positive kind of energy to bring eyeballs to the sport, whether it's the skill level or just the sheer physicality that the WNBA brings on a night in and night out basis, which they bring. It's positive eyeballs coming to the product, and that was something we definitely touched and highlighted on, and it was something that was welcomed by all of us. I mean, it's something that the WNBA can build off of and just show the world, hey, our women are serious about their craft, or serious about honing our craft, regardless of whether it's shooting the three or the post game or just a sheer physicality. I mean, it's just something that draws the eyes.
So I'm going to ask this from I'm a casual, okay? So you guys are more balls deep in the league than I am.
Now we let Steel deep or Shane Diesel deep.
Yeah.
Boy. How far are you trying to go, champ? Good God.
I mean, no, I don't really know. That's kind of a very personal question.
Damn.
I had to squeeze that in there. So go ahead. Go ahead, Flash. My bad.
Anywho, if I were to ask you guys what you think the casual fan thinks of the WNBA, what do you think that is?
Caitlin Clark and everybody else.
No. On a deeper level. That's
drama.
Drama. Yes. Drama's
it's
probably
like the Housewives.
Drama is one, but it's Caitlin Clark and everybody else is number two.
Yeah, it's drama because every time I turn on look, man, I'm gonna just be real
right now.
It
was Caitlin Clark, now it's the drama.
Yeah, and the thing is, bro, every time you turn on the fucking TV or you get on the internet, it's some bullshit going on with the WNBA, man. It's something that's gonna go on. News is always coming. It's always coming with it. It's crazy, and not all of it has to do with basketball. It's just like the fact that Kennedy Carter, she's no longer in the league. That gets everybody's attention, and you gotta. At a certain point, you got to ask yourself with her, is like, damn, is she a cancer the way she keep getting kicked off teams like this? Because remember, she played for the Atlanta Dream. They suspended her ass indefinitely. Got her the fuck up out of there after Derek Fisher got fired.
Yeah, your sixth woman of the year is not on a team right now. It's crazy.
Exactly. And so, all because she got into a shouting match with a teammate. Then she went to Chicago. Burn the bridge there. So, now, and it's kind of hard to just say, you know what, it's the system, because when you have one of Greg Popovich's proteges coaching you, and let's just be clear.
You're a good coach, though. There's a difference between, like, that's great. You can have the system all you want, but you can be a suck-ass coach, too.
I mean, Becky Hammond, she is a 3-time champion. She's been coaching that team since they were in San Antonio. That's the thing. And, when you're burning bridges everywhere,
if it was just with Becky Hammond and that squad is one thing, but it's been multiple squads.
Hell, she was fucking up shit in Atlanta. I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
They suspended her. And I remember when she played for Atlanta, because she came in as a rookie. She had to be the leader. So it's just like, then she damn near got to squabbling with a teammate. Like, damn. It was just like, she a little feisty. When she was that's how I call when that incident with Caitlin Clark happened, I call her the Patrick Beverly of the league, because she was just like, she's just so damn volatile at times. So it's crazy.
But to actually answer the question of the segment, I do think she is overhated. But I think from the standpoint of, even though she can, I think from the aspect of, we were expecting, I mean, real basketball people knew there was going to be a learning curve. Knew she was going to be a learning curve. And she's playing well, like y'all said. I think fifth in the league in scoring, second in assists. I brought that up. I think she became the quickest person to 200 3-pointers in a career. So I mean, she's definitely already setting marks. I think from the standpoint of taking the generational expectations of just absolutely coming in, taking the league over a little bit, but that don't mean she can't ultimately grow into that. Yes, she is a little. Yes, a little bit. Yes, she is. But
I think she's overhated. I don't think
she's more over. She's more
overhated than overrated.
She's more overhated than overrated.
Honestly, I have to be honest with you, and this is no offense to anybody. I don't think that people hate her because of her. I really don't.
They hate her because of her fans.
They hate her, but no, they don't hate her. They hate her because of casuals. They hate her because of casuals.
The casual
no disrespect to nobody, but they hate her because of casual fans who don't watch the WNBA, who's never watched the damn game, who has never saw Sue Bird, never saw Lauren Jackson, never saw the dynasty of the Houston Comets, never saw
comment section pissed me off.
Never saw the Houston Comets, never saw Maya Moore, never saw Cheryl Reeve win with those magnificent teams, never saw any of those things. That's why they hate her.
So
that's why I believe they hate her. I don't believe they hate her per se, because guess what? When Paige came in the league, and now that Juju's on her way in the league, it's like a welcome on and come in. It's like,
yeah, but Paige has kind of like an aw shucks type, like she's kind of like
sometimes.
Hey, Paige shit too. So
Paige don't back down from nobody.
But when you look at both of them though, like
they're just they're different players.
They're just different players.
They're different players. They operate on a different wavelength. And I talked about that like in that last comment section. That why I brought up that comment section ticked me off because so many casual fans were coming in there talking about some who. I would bring up Lauren Jackson. I would bring up Elena Deladon. Like some person trying to correct me, talking about it's hilarious. You don't know those women are gay. I'm like, bro, if you watch the damn clip or you watch the show, I just talk about the fact that, you know what I'm saying, there were all-time white players before Caitlin Clark got there, but they want to just hark on the fact that I just, I said white and straight, and then I eventually go into naming them. Yes, I know Sue Bird is gay. I know Elena Deladon is gay. I know Diana Taurasi is gay. I know this, but
who cares?
Thank you. Why are you focusing on that?
Look, this is the shit that I don't give a shit if you're black, white, or gay, or whatever. Can you ball? Play basketball?
Can you ball?
Like, I don't go like when I look up the WNBA, when I look up on my left screen here, or the screen to my left here, and I look up the WNBA stats, there's not a section that says, "Are you a homosexual?"
Thank you.
There's just rebounds and points and percentages. There's not a I like to do something else out of the norm on my Saturday nights when I'm home alone. I don't. This fascination and this stranglehold in our society right now on whether you're gay or trans or who gives a fuck? Like, I'm so over this crap. Like, just I don't care. And the fact that this stuff is like infested sports on top of it, like, go away. I just want to know if you can play basketball. But to Champ's point a little bit, I don't think she's overrated. I think the expectations of everybody of what type of player she was going to be as she went into the league, I think was a little bit more was slanted in a way that it shouldn't be. So when I look at Caitlin Clark as an overall player, like, yes, she has the Steph Curry ability where she can drop a three from the half court or whatever. But her real ability is literally facilitating and playing point guard. Like, her ability to see the floor is better than anybody's else in the league. If you watch the way that she's able to dissect the floor, that's her, besides three-point shooting, that's her biggest strength.
Yeah, so I think Kelsey Gray.
What?
Yeah, her and Kelsey Gray have to be the best floor generals in the league right about now.
Yes. So the expectations of what she was supposed to be, I think, was slanted in a way that I think was wrong. That doesn't mean that she's not the face of the league. Do I think that there's valid criticisms, like I said before, of like certain stats that she has or doesn't have? Sure. Or I think the biggest criticism is her lack of being able to stay healthy. That's the biggest criticism that she deserves. But
yeah. But everybody getting fucked up in the WNBA now. Hell, Angel just got hurt. I mean, because she just got hurt in the fourth quarter. Bree Jones, they just coming back. She's just coming back. Nafisa Collier, a lot of the great players there. I mean, it's a physical game. They will knock you the hell out in the W. So I have to ask you this as a guy, because I know that you have different political views than probably the rest of us on the show. But I have to ask you this, Flash. And if you don't want to answer, that's cool. But I know you are going to.
I don't care.
Do you take issue with the fact that everybody plays the fact that she is a straight white woman all the time? Do you take issue with that a lot? Because the thing is, I feel like that card is overplayed.
I expect it from the Twitter crowd, so that I don't take issue with. But what I do take issue with is her peers that do it and that have said stuff. That's my problem. Like, that's the point where the commissioner needs to step in and say, all right, like, this is not what we're concentrating on. We are a serious basketball association. And as long as we keep arguing whether or not somebody's straight or not, nobody's going to take us seriously. Like, you don't hear this shit in the NBA or the NHL or nobody's going, oh my God, Tom Brady's the first starting homosexual quarterback in the Super Bowl. Like, nobody cares. Now, there have been moments where people say, like, there's first African-American starting quarterback or something, but like, it is not like, it seems like it's even more of an emphasis in the WNBA. And I think if you're going to take this, there's a reason why the NHL is on the rise right now. And that's not me just talking as a hockey dad. Like, that's just, the NHL is on the rise where it's slowly becoming the third most popular sport in the country. It's
baseball is coming back too.
Yeah, overtaking the NBA. And the reason why the NHL is slowly creeping up is because, you know what? And I don't know if it was AI or not, or if Stephen A said it truthfully, but it's gotten faster, more physical, and it's not political. It's just hockey. And that's it. And I think the majority of the country, the average Joe and average Jane that just wants to sit and watch a game and not be concerned with social politics, I think it's something. That's just my take. I don't take issue. I take issue to it just as much as I take, I guess you could say, not even really my side, but the people that. Okay, I'll give a pop culture example right now. What's going on with the Odyssey currently right now?
That's okay. I was hoping you would give that example.
Okay, so you have the left social sphere, saying that the casting choices aren't relevant because it's a fictional story, blah, 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 blah. Then you have the right saying that it's only reason that certain people are picked because of yada, yada, yada. And honestly, I'm sick of both sides. Just go see the fucking movie and form your own opinion before actually saying something. Like, I'll give you an example on my own personal. Like, it was when the universe, God, whatever, the pop culture, humanity taught me a lesson. I'm a big comic books fan. I like Superman and Batman. Those are my two favorite characters besides Captain America. And I remember when Heath Ledger was cast as the Joker for a Christopher Nolan film, The Dark Knight.
He got so much hate.
Everybody fucking hated it. I was like, wait a minute, the gay cowboy, the first night guy, the guy in now, don't be wrong, I love 10 Things I Hate About You.
And that's the thing though. As a
Joker,
as a Batman fanatic, I was like, you know what? Give it a chance. Heath Ledger's a really good actor. Give it a chance, because I saw the hate and I was like, you know what? Give him a chance. Let's not rain on the parade just yet.
Humanity.
He's the greatest. He's the greatest Joker ever.
To back y'all up on that, do y'all know another actor who got the most criticism when playing in the Batman series?
Probably Ben Affleck.
No.
Oh yeah, he got it too though.
He did get some.
Michael Keaton got the
what?
most.
Yeah, he got.
Yes,
oh, yeah.
Michael Keaton got the most hate when he got chosen as because remember, before he played Batman, he was a comedic actor.
Yeah.
He got the most hate. True. They even protested outside of DC Comics. They damn near burned that damn place down when they casted
Michael Keaton. That's my favorite Batman.
But
nobody remembers that. No, but I mean, Camp is speaking 100% truth right now.
Yeah, right. I mean, I'm a nerd, so I know a lot of useless crazy shit. They protested outside of it. They got a shit ton of nasty letters from fans. They got a shit ton of nasty letters from radio station. The fan mail was crazy. Yeah. They said because they didn't see him as a serious actor, but then come to find out he was the best one, arguably of all time. So
that's crazy.
I wish they could have left that one thing in Batman, the first one.
Which one?
When they said because he was supposed to say, "I'm Batman, motherfucker."
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right.
I'm Batman, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I do remember that story.
I wish they could have kept. I'm Batman, motherfucker. It just rolls off the tongue a little bit.
But even though it doesn't make sense as a character for Batman, but yes, like.
But yeah, and just like that's I really like that y'all brought that up about Batman. I had no idea that Michael Keaton got that much pushback.
Oh yeah, it was bad. Like
wow, that's crazy to think about.
Like don't get me wrong. Like if you ask my honest opinion about the Odyssey stuff, like do I think some of the casting choices were stupid? Sure, I do. But that doesn't mean that it's going to be a bad movie.
Yeah,
that's my overall point.
Right now, Odyssey is one of the highest selling movies next to Michael Jackson right now.
That movie's already made like damn near $130 million already.
No, $200 million.
I think that
that's right. It's made like 260.
I think that speaks to the point of the silent majority is tired of the social political squabbling. Again, I think some of the casting choices are stupid based on the story itself, but at the same time, it's like I'm still going to go see it in IMAX, and it's probably going to be a fucking amazing film because it's Christopher Nolan.
Exactly.
So, like, I'm just going to go watch the movie and make my own opinion. That's it, and that's what I implore everybody to do. Stop listening to all these influencers and everybody that goes online and tells you what to like and what not to like. Go turn off. Go touch some grass. Go touch an actual movie theater, or go watch a WNBA game for yourself. Turn it on television, or go form your own opinion. Like I'm kind of tired and over it. I know I probably differ in my political views than you two. I mean I know I do in some things, but I just want to get back to some semblance of normal where the two sides of the extremes are not the loudest retards that are constantly we're listening to.
But I will say this: Lupita is fine as hell, though. I'm gonna just say that, boy. She is.
They do need to leave.
They do damn well what they were doing. So just be real.
Boy,
yeah,
Jesus, let me tell you something. Yeah. They better leave Lupita Nyong'o alone, boy. They need to leave that fine looking woman alone. Like my gosh. Whew. Okay, okay.
Should Kelsey Mitchell be an MVP candidate with over 600 points thus far? And I'm gonna add something to that question.
Okay.
To what Flash said earlier, I think he said it a few minutes ago, or before we even went on. Why do we keep playing both sides when it comes to her and Caitlin Clark? Why can't they just be the Splash Brothers? Why can't they just be like, why they can't be, okay, we have one hell of a backcourt. Why can't we just have them be the Rolls Royce backcourt? Why can't we just have them be John Wall and Bradley Beal? Why can't we just have them be the Splash Brothers? Why do we keep playing this mental game where it's like they're under? It seems like we're just using one to undermine the other.
Yeah, like here's the thing, like you have all the drama bullshit. You could play into it with the marketing with this. You could literally call them chocolate and vanilla. Like you could do if they just embraced being a team, like instead of like one without the other. That's what I said last week. If they figure it out, if they tune out all the drama and they figure it out, they're the best team in the league.
Best team in the league?
If they figure it out.
Yeah,
Can be the best team in the league.
Made that trade. I really think they should have made the trade for Shakira Austin in order to get another bid. Because I don't think
if Indiana had to make that trade, good Lord.
Yeah, because I really think Aaliyah Boston needs more help in the middle. If they would have got or either traded up in order to draft Lauren Betts, I don't know why they drafted Raven Johnson when you have all them damn guards on that bench already.
Yeah, exactly that.
So I don't know why you did that.
I understood why they drafted Raven Johnson because she brings defense, but a big would have made so much more sense.
Yeah, because you should have got Aaliyah Boston some help in the middle. I like Monique Billings. She fine as hell and she's a hell of a basketball player. But you needed a Shakira Austin or somebody in that position in order to take some heat off the Boston market. But I really think that Kelsey Mitchell should be an MVP candidate. I mean, I don't think that she's gone. Her defense is good, but it lacks as well. But her offense is so fluent that it overcompensates for the fact that sometimes she can be a liability defensively. But 600 points, you have more points than Asia Wilson at this point. And so you have more points than Asia Wilson. So
she absolutely should be an MVP candidate. And especially when you look at like her last 10 games, like the scoring has just been damn near historic. What Kelsey Mitchell's been doing. Now I kind of want to dig in on that point where we're talking about Caitlin and Kelsey as far as like the coexisting is concerned or whatnot. Why can't two things be true about this backcourt? Like, yes, Kelsey Mitchell greatly benefits from the gravity that Caitlin Clark demands as far as like the defense is focusing on her and Kelsey Mitchell being able to get open looks. But also, Kelsey Mitchell is the perfect teammate for someone like Caitlin Clark to have because a teammate like Caitlin Clark, a player like Caitlin Clark, when she gets focused on, basically when their play is breaking down, you need that second scorer that can just go out that can just go out of structure and just create shots and get buckets. Kelsey Mitchell's the perfect teammate to be able to go out and create shots and get a bucket when a play breaks down. She's the perfect teammate, and she's shown that time and time and time again with Caitlin Clark, since Indiana drafted Caitlin Clark. So I think two things can be true about the backcourt. Yes, CeCe makes it easier for Kelsey Mitchell, but yes, Kelsey makes it easier for Caitlin as well. So it's kind of like a two-way. It's a two-way street. They both make it easy on each other because Caitlin, some of the scoring burden is off Caitlin. She doesn't have to go out and just try to chuck 30 shots a night and just try to be, the superwoman when you got someone like Kelsey Mitchell who's like just an all-world scorer who can just get a bucket whenever you want. So it works out perfectly in their situation in their backcourt. But yeah,
another duo that we did that to. We did it to another duo in the NBA. We did that to Durant and Westbrook.
Yeah. I'm about to say KD and Russ.
Yeah, we did that to KD and Russ. Like, who's the best? Is KD even the best player on his team? Remember he had the MVP year. So it was crazy.
But I'll say this though. That entire time in OKC, Kevin Durant was always the best player. Kevin Durant was always. Kevin Durant was always the best player.
Where they lost, you always heard little whispers. Whose team is it really?
If KD had stayed, it would have never been Russ's team. Let's just go on and get it out in the open. If KD had stayed in OKC, it would have never been Russ's team, and Russ eventually would have been the one to have to go. It would have never been Russ's team. It would have always been KD's team because KD, even Oklahoma City was drafted. Even though he was a Seattle Sonic for 1 year, drafted out of Texas. I mean, he's like right there. I mean, he's in that area. He's in that region. He's from that. He's in that region. So it's like that team would have always been KD's regardless. And yeah, they did try to do that a lot. But if KD hadn't went to Golden State and had he stayed in OKC, Russ would have eventually probably left because that team would have always been KD's team. The same with Golden State when KD got to Golden State. KD left Golden State, went to Brooklyn. Golden State would have never been his team. It would have always been Steph's because Steph already had it. It's a little different because Steph already had that connection there, and he had already won a championship there. But even still, Steph was just doing things, and the playoff performances and just how clutch he was, just 3-point shooting, just it's one of them things. It's like, yeah, they were doing that a lot, but but us who follow the sport, we know. But anyway, but no, you made a good point about that. But yeah, I just think that
we need to take this discussion to TikTok and take it to the largers.
Yeah, well, definitely that.
Yeah, I you know what, I set that tone in like the next couple of hours, and then each of us will stitch it, and then we'll talk about that. We'll take that to the TikTok audience too. But yeah, definitely. We need to, because we used to do that same shit to Kevin Durant and Westbrook. And remember when it even damn Mark Cuban did that. You remember when he was like, Westbrook is really not a superstar. And remember, he cut Russ off and said he's an idiot. He's an idiot. He don't know what the fuck he's talking about. He didn't say he don't know what the fuck he's talking about, but he's an idiot. He don't pay no attention to him. And he said, "Go ahead, Russ." So it's just like crazy how we do that rather than saying, "Okay, this has the potential to be one of the best backcourts in the league." You have 2 MVP candidates in the backcourt, something that we haven't seen before. I mean, the next best thing is probably Ryan Howard and Alicia Gray.
Yeah,
but Ryan Howard is really in a shooting.
She's a forward. I think Ryan Howard's really. I think she's more of like a true 3 anyway. That just so happens to play the 2. But
yeah, and she's in a shooting slump right about now. So yeah, so she's in kind of a shooting slump right now. We made it out that damn game by the skin of our teeth against the Chicago Sky. What do you think about that?
Yeah, they did. I give kudos to teams like Chicago who aren't going to the playoffs but can still come out and give really good effort against the top teams. So I give Chicago a lot of props for hanging with Atlanta like that. Even though shout out to Jordan Canada making that game-winning layup. I like it when teams are out the playoffs, but yet they're not. But they're still giving effort, and they're not just going out tanking every game. They're still going out trying to win games. So I honestly have as much, if not more, respect for the teams that suck but still go out and give it their all, as opposed to teams that like might have a seed lock up and they just like kind of take a game or 2 off, like they don't have to have it. Like nah,
they pulled Oscar De La Hoya.
Right? Yeah.
You know what fight I'm talking about, right?
Oh gosh, I'm trying to think.
The Felix Trinidad fight.
Yeah, the Trinidad fight where he thought he won it, and Trinidad came back and beat the daylights out of him.
Well, he didn't come back. The judges gave it to him.
The judges gave I know what I'm saying.
Gave it to him, but they don't like it when you run.
Yeah.
The judges don't like when you run. So I mean, unless you're in the last round, they'll let you stay away. But other than that, I really think that we should talk about them more because they're both. I believe both of them are going to make all WNBA this year.
They should.
And Kelsey Mitchell's make.
I mean, they're probably both gonna make first team.
Yeah, both probably gonna make first team.
They're probably gonna make first team.
They should.
Yeah,
because I don't see another shooting guard better than Kelsey Mitchell this year.
Right now, there isn't.
No,
she is the best in the league.
Shooting guard better than Kelsey Mitchell this year.
You could argue like maybe Paige over Caitlin, but
that's the only argument you can make. But
I mean, right now, Paige is scoring as much as she is, but Caitlin's dishing the ball better and more often. It's still Caitlin. Like
with that Michael Hayden ponytail she got,
but she's creeping. She's creeping on her.
No. It's Doc Hendricks. Remember?
Doc, yeah.
Did you guys see the Angel Reese injury?
No.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. She walked back on the damn court, but Coach Carl kept her out. Big shout out to Medina Alcott. She came out there and did her thing in 14 points in 8 minutes.
Yeah, Medina Alcott was good today.
Yeah, so it's gonna get scary after All-Star break because then Bree will be back in full force. So I gotta ask you this question before. This one for you, Mr. Atlanta.
Okay.
Who going to the bench when Bree get back?
Nas Hillman. Nas Hillman. Nas Hillman's going to the bench.
So Jordan Canada ain't going to the bench?
Huh?
Not Jordan Canada?
Well, hold on. Well, nah. I think hold on. Okay, so the lineup is what? Bree, Angel, and then Ryan Howard, Alicia Gray, Jordan Canada. So okay. So now Hillman's already on the bench.
So it's gonna be her. So
I think
look, once she gets back into the lineup, that me and Bree Jones, you got a second wave coming off the bench. You got Medina Alcott, you got Nas Hillman, then you got Aaliyah Nye, and then Pow Pow.
I think you to be complete. I would probably go Bree at the 5. I would go Angel at the 4. Who would I go at the 3? Honestly, if you really, really wanted to, I would go Ryan at the 3. I would go Alicia at the 2 and Jordan Canada at the 1. I actually like that lineup.
Yeah,
I like that lineup actually.
And then
you have a wave of Medina Okot. You have
Pow Pow.
you have Sika Kone. You have Pow Pow. You have Nas Hillman coming off the bench. That might be the best bench in the whole second league. That might be the best bench in the league.
It really might be because Coach Carl has a bad habit of being like Tom Thibodeau at times.
True, but he definitely got to be able to figure out those rotations and understand which lineups make sense for what situations. But yeah, like that bench when Bree is healthy and starting again, I think that bench is instantly the best in the entire league.
Yeah. So, anything you want to add, Flashman?
No, I got all right on that subject.
All right. This one, we're coming right back to you, big homie. What do you think about Coach Sandy's comments on Angel right about now?
Me?
No, Mr.
Me? Okay.
I'll set it off.
Because I'm still thinking.
The thing is, she called, yesterday doing that foul when Sabali, well, not Satu Sabali, but Narissa Sabali, she got Nyar Sabali, excuse me. Thank you for correcting me, by the way. When she got bowled in the stomach, because she had to be taken out on a stretcher. And when she was down, Coach Sandy was pissed off because, Sabali didn't get the call. And she called Angel a protected species. Now, granted, look, she's from Australia. In Australia, they call people who get the special whistle, they call them the protected species. But at the same time, you ain't in Australia no more. It's kind of like when I go up to Wisconsin, I just can't be throwing up my neighborhood sign up there. I don't know, ain't nobody from my neighborhood there. Just being real. I can't do my neighborhood handshake, the 2 taps and the up down. So it's just like, it's crazy. So I don't know. She has been suspended. I will say that. She did apologize, and Angel did accept the apology. But the thing is, Coach, you've been doing this shit for years. You coached in New York, of all places. It's like, really? Like, why would that's the first thing you thought of? But like I said, she's from Australia in her defense. And a lot of her players have come to her defense as well. But, when given this climate and, it is Angel, I will say. You have the floor. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
I think this is being stupidly overblown. I think I mean, we've had players come out and say that she's nowhere near anything. I don't know. Again, this goes back to my previous comment about drama. Dude, like, you've heard some of the shit that the NBA players say to each other on the court, right?
No, remember, what's his name? Ime Udoka called LeBron a bitch. Remember that?
Yeah. Can we again, you want to act, you want to be part of it, you want to be treated seriously, this is stupid. I'm sorry, dude. I got talked worse to in high school by my high school football coach than this. Like, this is really dumb. Now, to Champ's point, she's from Australia. It's a different blah, blah, blah. And okay. But to say that this is I don't like the climate we're in. I don't like the climate where everybody like is like, oh my God, somebody said something mean to me. Like, I'm sorry, but like,
yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the comment that Ime Doku said. Looking at the comment, my bad, Flash.
It's okay. I just feel like when I saw the headline, I thought she like. I'll be blunt. I thought she dropped an N-bomb or something like that. Like, I thought she said or called her, something really fucked up. Like, I'm like, holy shit! Like, what'd she say? And then I read it, and I'm like, wait, that was it? Like that was.
No, remember, Ime Doku. I'm looking at the comment right now. It said, "Stop crying like bitches, man." Braun responded, "We all grown man, bitch ain't cool. Soft ass boy, stop bitching. You acting like you're gonna do something." And this is a coach talking to him. So yeah, I mean, it was, but at the same time, look, it's a double standard. It is another league. I'm saying that because I don't want to have to eat my words later on. This is another league. The shit that we do over here is not kind of condoned on the other side.
Have you heard some of the stories that the Patriots players on what fucking Belichick would say to them? Holy crap! Like, talk about you'd be put into a therapy session. Like, yeah,
but at the same time, like I said, this is I'm saying it without saying it. This is a different league. With if a coach walks up to me being 6'1", 360. Ain't nobody gonna think nothing of it if me and him standing face to face and we just chirping and we acting like we just gonna do something. At the end of the game, we gonna clap it out and we gonna keep going. And it might make news for like 2 seconds. Yeah. It might make news for like 2 seconds, but guess what? It's not gonna go into anything. There's not gonna be anything made of it. In another league, it's very, very different. Like I stated, we saw
is it just her coach calling her out?
Huh?
Is it just her coach calling her out?
I mean, I don't think she's protected at all. The way I've seen her fucking file. I mean, I don't think people like Angel, but I've seen some of the files that she's had. It ain't cute. It ain't cute.
So it essentially was her coach just coming out and essentially saying, stop being a bitch about it. Is that essentially what she was saying? Like basically quit crying?
Basically. And she was pissed off about the foul because, granted, when look, I'ma just be real. Just gonna be real. We playing we playing in a game and somebody bow y'all real hard, they gotta carry you off the floor. I'm gonna raise all kind of hell. And remember, Doug Collins, he got to fight with the entire Bad Boy Pistons.
I know. I'm just saying, like,
he got to fight with the whole.
If her coach is just basically saying, like, look, you're a superstar, suck it up. Like, quit your whining. If that's what all the fifis are heard about, like, and she just happened to say, like, you're a protected species, like, basically stop whining about it, you're a superstar, like, I don't know. Am I wrong?
Because they didn't call the foul. In her opinion, they didn't call the right foul. But like I stated, we've seen on the dude side where they didn't got coaches that came out on the floor and literally got into the referee face. And remember when Greg Popovich got ejected, he told the damn referee, "Kiss my ass, open your eyes." Yeah, that was. And we laughed about it. But like I said, this is a different league.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm looking at it wrong. I don't know, but I just look at it like, if you want to be treated seriously, then this is the stuff. When you suspend a head coach, I'm gonna point this out. I'm gonna say that when you suspend a head coach for saying something novel like this, of basically calling out one of her superstars or stars, saying, "Hey, look, quit being a bitch. You're being a whiny bitch. Let it go. Move on. You're a protected species." Like, we all, like, move on. Let's there's more important thing. And you suspend the coach, then that lets the league know. Again, this is leadership. It lets the league know that the inmates are running the asylum. Now coaches can't criticize their own players. And we've all played sports, right? We've all been on the court. We've all been on a football field or a baseball or whatever on court, and we all dude. I've gotten shit that coaches have said to me. Like, I don't know. I'm just saying. This adds to the, oh my God, we're talking about stupid drama instead of talking about basketball. And I don't know, BRF. You said you were kind of in the, you didn't know what to think of it. What? I don't know.
Like I said, I'll say this. When you say somebody is, got a special whistle or something like that, like I said, it's a completely different ball game in this league that we call the WNBA. And the shit that a lot of guys get away with, a lot of coaches in the NBA get away with, like we just brought up the Ime Udoka situation with LeBron James, the situation with Doug Collins, it's a completely different league. So it's a lot more.
What Kevin Garnett said to Carmelo Anthony about his wife. Like, dude,
she tastes like Honey Nut Cheerios. I mean,
yes.
Never mind. But I mean, was he lying though?
I don't know.
How are we supposed to know? Like how? Come on,
was he lying? Hey, Carmelo, don't come get
that's not an answer we have because we don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know.
Okay. We can't say he's wrong when you don't. You can't say he's wrong or right when we don't know. That's one of them I don't want to touch.
You just speaking the truth. They just preaching the gospel.
But yeah, it's a completely different league, man. And the thing is, man, look, let's just be real. In society, we can go out there. All three of us could go out there in the middle of a bombing. One of us get hurt. Nobody give a damn. It's just, hey, another guy dies in a bombing. But if you get 3 young ladies, they go out there, they get hurt in a bombing, it's going to make national news. So it's a completely different league. And the thing is, the language, I'm just going to be real. The WNBA has always been in the forefront of a lot of different things. A lot of different political views, a lot of different things. There's a lot of, if you call it the NBA, quote unquote woke, you should have seen the WNBA doing COVID. You should have seen the WNBA. I mean, the Atlanta Dream, they made their owner sell the damn team. Remember that, BRF?
I do remember that.
They made their owner sell the damn team because they talked about the certain situations that was going on in Atlanta. They made her. They bullied the damn owner till she slowed the fucking team.
I remember that.
It's a completely different league over there, bro. It's a completely different league, and some of the things that the NBA does, it's just not tolerated in the W. And the thing is, to piggyback off your point, if Zion came in and he was getting his ass whooped, would we even blink an eye?
No.
Dude, people were calling him fat. Nobody blinked an eye.
That's what I'm saying, though. It's a completely different league. Like I said, Zion, Cooper Flag, these guys come in. They're the next big thing. They get fouled hard, punched in the face, all types of shit. Remember when Trae Young? When Trevor Ariza knocked the hell out of Trae Young for doing that little trick between his legs and stuff like that. He said, "Hey man, I don't tolerate the funnies." A lot of shit goes on in the NBA that you're never gonna see in the W, bro.
Well, for that I would say close your legs and play better defense and get back. Otherwise, I can't help what happens to you.
I mean, hey, to his credit though, that was 2018 Trevor Ariza, not 09 Trevor Ariza. 09 Trevor Ariza probably would have been a different story.
True,
but I think, look, you just got to be careful when you're a coach. I know a lot of coaches, a lot of different players have said a lot of different things, and they have backed up Coach Sandy. Like I said, Coach Sandy's been in the league for years. She coached in New York. So if she would have had problems like that, it would have
came out.
It would have been came out. I
want to hear what BRF has to say on. I'm because he said he didn't really know how he felt about it yet. I'm kind of curious.
if she meant it like that, like, Angel being like, one of the superstars of the league, being one of the faces in the league, being a protected species, if she like meant it like that, then okay, I don't really have a problem with that. But species ain't exactly one of the, species ain't exactly one of the best words I'd be throwing around. I don't know. Like I said, I'm thinking about this because it's like, granted, yeah, we get a little tired of the social climate that's going on today, but honestly, at the same time, you still have to analyze the social climate of the day, and like, just me and just like, my feed and like my TikTok and my IG and like who I follow and like just things I see in the news and the feed and whatnot and just things that are going on. I try to be self-aware without it letting it like take my life over. I try to be self-aware enough to where like, even though sports is like more my forte, but like if I was to get in a situation where I'm talking about certain, social topics or whatnot, I can and not feel like I'm completely out of my element or I'm outmatched or outclassed by anyone I'm talking to about it. Hey, kudos to her for apologizing and taking accountability for that immediately. Definitely kudos to her. But I just think with the climate we're in today, I know players are defending her, but at the same time, saying protected species without context really puts you in a bit of a bind. And it's like, okay, what did you mean by that?
Okay, did Angel Reese come out and say something?
Like
she accepted the apology.
Yeah, she accepted the apology, but someone had said something along the lines of, her saying that to a black woman, and Angel Reese kind of retweeted it. And I saw that. But Angel did accept her apology, coming out and apologizing for it.
And to your point, you're talking about context, which I agree. We should always. What was the context of the conversation?
Yeah, exactly. So, I think she meant it.
I just want to point out that Atlanta has been playing extremely well this year. And if there was any sniff of actual racism, I'll just say it, racism or fucked up language being said, it would have came out by now.
It would have came out already.
She's not coaching. She's not her head coach, by the way. She's not her head coach. Sorry. She was the head coach for the Toronto Tempo.
For the Tempo.
Oh, she's on the opposing team. Sorry. So the thing is, you're already on the opposing team. You're already getting your ass whooped.
Yeah. See, and one of the commenters bringing up saying, "What about the context of the intent?" And that's the thing that's kind of like, that's the thing where we got to worry about. Hey, what's going on, Big John?
What's up, dude?
And that's one of the things. That's one of the things I look at. Is like, what's the context of the intent? I would think with teammates coming out and supporting her, the context was probably more along the lines of basketball and really just, hey, you're one of the superstars of this league. Hey, you're gonna get this sometimes. Just just keep grinding, keep playing. It's gonna happen to you. Get over it.
You're shit talking.
Yeah, right. But you know what I'm saying? People on the outside ain't always gonna look at it like that. And I'm analyzing it. I'm analyzing the social side of it now. Whether I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm for, people. I'm for all having opportunities to be able to do what you want to do. I'm not for like, people, singling out one group of people or a certain group of people just because they don't fit what you like, how you talk. None of that. So, so I'm kind of like, I'm what I'm saying? I definitely want to be on the right side of history when it comes to like, I feel like everybody deserves to be treated a certain type of way if you're on our soil. That's how I feel.
So my big thing is I don't like apologizing for something that I didn't do wrong. Like I just don't. That's a big thing with me. I've never been that way. I don't like it being that way. I just
But when you go back to Coach Sandy Brondello's when you go back to her apology and how she wrote the apology, I'm glad she wrote the apology because the way she wrote the apology, she understands why that context could have been taken and completely blown out of the water. So for that front, so the way she wrote it,
how did this?
I understand.
How did anybody even find out about this in the first place? Was it on
everybody?
Look, it was
in the great words of Charleston White. In the great words of Charleston White, everybody got their phones and and everything is on camera all day. They caught her saying that on camera.
They caught her saying,
and they said that because she was mad. Like I said, one of your players is on the damn floor, and they just took a bow to the stomach, and you got to get your ass carted out of there. Oh, you mad as hell that they didn't get a foul call. So you're mad.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all over. It was all over the place. It was like,
I don't know.
I thought it was AI at first. I thought it was AI at first because, people be fucking up footage all the time. But it's just like, yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't. And
like I said, she's from Australia.
Well,
they say shit like that over there.
Yeah, but again,
she's from Australia. Look, I mean, I remember Steven Adams. I remember they had an incident with Steven Adams. He's from Australia. He said some crazy shit.
But here's the thing, though. Like, it's not even like a different country thing. Like, you remember when Kobe got in trouble for dropping?
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember when that happened?
Yeah. They found him $120,000 for that shit.
Yeah, and he had to come out and do the apology tour and all that kind of shit. And look, and I'm going to say the same thing about the Kobe thing. Is the only reason he got in trouble and people got mad about it because because it was on a mic. That's it. And I'm just gonna point out, like, again, the shit that gets said, like it's like when people get mad when bad things happen in war. It's war. What do you expect to happen? Like this is a bunch of men on a court doing something really competitive, and shit talking's part of it, and anger is part of it. Anger is emotion, and stuff happens. And at the end of the day, the point of that is that when whoever wins or loses, at the end of the game, you all shake it out and you go to your separate locker room. But at the end of the game, you say, "Good game, all right." Everybody talked about shit and whoever. And I don't know. I just feel differently about it, I guess. I just feel like what happens in that rectangle, like, unless it's something really fucked up.
That's an interesting question. What if she said they treat her like an endangered species rather than a...
Oh, if she said that, I'm cussing her out. If she said that, I'm cussing her out.
An endangered species?
Oh, if she said that, I'm cussing her out. Straight up.
Oh, well,
but if she said that, I'm cussing her out because
but here's the thing, though. Like, this is the thing that I kind of always go back. Like, okay, like this is kind of a different thing, but it's along the lines of of all of a sudden, the public needs an apology or what. Like when Tiger Woods got caught cheating on his wife and stuff like that, and there are people that are like, he owes us an apology.
No, he don't.
He doesn't. He owes his wife
an apology.
And he lied to us.
I never got that either. I owe you an apology just because I got caught with Lisa Ann? Fuck y'all.
But again, this goes to look, to me, this is shit that should be handled in a
you laughing, but am I lying?
But you could have used some. I mean,
I'm just
there are other options besides Lisa Ann you could have used.
But that was one of the girls he got caught with. So
true, man. Now you right about that. That's true. That's very true.
But then shit, no man.
I just feel like if there was an issue with this, actually, look here. If Angel really had a problem with it, then I'm sure you can get a hold of her. Why do you got to be retweeting shit like you're a fucking 14-year-old girl? Why don't you confront? If you're that mad about it, why wouldn't you go talk to the person? You know what I'm saying? Like I think you're creating drama for the sake of creating drama. Actually handle
it's kind of like WNBA. Sometimes it's kind of like high school. When dudes were in high school, and we heard somebody say so, we wouldn't go find them. With girls, when they did that shit, only thing we start seeing is only thing that we did. I'll give you an example. I had a friend of mine, right? She heard that somebody had a problem with me, so I went to go find him. I look on her MySpace page. I was gonna leave her something funny on her MySpace page that night. Back then we had MySpace. She changed her whole name to if you got a problem with him, you got a problem with me. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
I'm like, but that's how it goes. It's like it's kind of like high school a little bit.
Well, and that's my point though, is I think if there was an actual problem with it, I think it should have been handled behind closed doors, and Angel Reese should have went and talked to her. Like if there's an issue, then after the game, you walk over to the other locker room and be like, "Hey, coach, can I talk to you for a second?"
Yeah, but they didn't get the footage until after the game, after the game, like hours after the game. That's the thing.
And I just,
just like Anthony Threat said, just like Mr. Anthony said, it's common phrase used in Australia. It's saying the same thing if somebody got a special whistle. But like I stated, given this political climate, given the way shit is, it's when you start talking about animals and species, it's gonna cause a fucking stir. Unfortunately, it's not right, but that's what's gonna cause.
I'll throw BRF's side a bone. I feel like if to your point, BRF, if with the climate or whatever, I think if Angel Reese's feelings were actually hurt by the comment, then I think she should handle it like an adult and go to the locker room and say like, "Hey, coach, can I talk to you for a minute?" and talk to you like an adult. And if she would have said like apologized to Angel Reese and said like, "Hey, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it that way," blah 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 blah, yada yada yada, and then they just hugged it out and they went on their separate ways, I don't think I'd have a problem with the apology or anything else. I'd go, okay, that's cool. Everybody handled this like an adult. But like I feel like this was handled like somebody said something mildly controversial that could be taken controversial, and let's make a tweet out of it, and then let's have all of social media and all of sports news argue over something that's really stupid.
Yeah, and like I said,
that's my point.
And she doubled down after the apology as well, just like Mr. Anthony. And if y'all in the chat, if y'all watching right now, don't forget to like and subscribe. We love to have y'all. We do this show every week, man. We're loving the fact that all 21 of y'all are in here at this moment in time. We're loving this right about now.
Absolutely.
And like I said, the first thing I stated, because I know Coach Sandy, she coached in New York. And she coached Jonquel Jones. She coached some of the greatest players up there. She coached Sabrina Ionescu. She coached Natasha Cloud last year. So if anything would have been of any malice, those players would have came out and they would have said something about it.
Yeah.
And they instead, you see a lot of players, they're coming to her defense at this moment in time, saying that. Much like Warren Sapp, and I know how much you hate Warren Sapp, much how Warren Sapp, he came to John Gruden's. He said, I've never experienced that with John Gruden when he had with his case going on with the NFL right about now. So it's just like, because he said that when he said Maurice, what the damn dude name? What the hell is that damn man? Demetrius Smith. He said his lips was big as Michelin tires. That he said if you really want me to be honest with you, shit, is that really bad, or you just talk about some damn body? He said, I'm from down south. I know when somebody's that way or not. And he said, if you from where I'm from, which is in Florida, you're not gonna be able to hide that for very, very long, especially around a person around me. So yeah, it's much like how that comment blew up, and then Warren Sapp and a lot of other players went to the rescue. So it's just like it's crazy.
Again, and when you're in a situation where you're in you were in the military.
Yes, bro. Let me tell you something.
Yeah,
I've been called. But the thing is, even in the military, they don't take For me, I was 17 years old. I got called shit that a 29-year-old woman would never get called. I'm just going to be real. I'm just being real. I was 17 years old when I went in. But I have been called shit. I got called shit the first day that entire time, my entire military career, I've never seen a 29-year-old woman get called. But that's how it is, unfortunately.
This is kind of
and
what
to PSP's point, John Gruden did say a lot of other crazy shit too, but we won't go there. He called, he had a lot of crazy ass comments about Roger Goodell.
I want to say this to my point a little bit, and to yours a little bit too, Champ. Is in the military, how much fucked up shit do you all just say to each other? Like fucked up stuff that if HR heard it, like everybody would be fired. And at the end of the day, you guys are brothers and sisters.
Yeah. I mean,
no matter where you were from.
No matter where you was from. I mean, we used to quote the Harold Kumar movie a lot. Walking to the building after PT into the mess hall and say, you know what Big Bob said to Harold Kumar when he first walked into Guantanamo Bay. I seen him say it loud too. Yeah. So, and people would be laughing their asses off at that.
Yeah. and I think this is, and maybe I grew up around that. I have a lot of friends that are in like that. Dude, some of the stuff that I have said to some of my friends that they've said to me, like, is really fucked up. But they don't mean it. Like, I know they're a good person. Like, dude, okay, one of my best friends' name is Andy. He's Asian. Okay, the amount of shit that we have said to each other that would make Twitter's ears explode. And at the end of the day, at the same time, I have literally cried with that man and hugged it out with that dude over some really fucked up stuff that has happened in our lives. And that stuff doesn't matter because it's not, you know, I don't know. Maybe I'm just. But
weird. The thing is, behind closed doors, it doesn't get the press as much as the on the court does. Now the thing is, if you said something to me along the lines of, you know, some crazy shit, it wouldn't get the same reaction because we're friends. Now, if we're playing basketball on the court, and somebody say some off the wall shit, people will go, "Oh, I can't believe he said that to Champ." But you know, it's gonna get a lot of. I know, shit.
And that's fine. But then again, she should have walked over to the locker room after the game and said something then, and said like, "Hey, I got to talk to you," or said something on the fucking court. Going on your phone later and then retweeting something that's fucking childish. That's what I don't. You know,
yeah, I mean, but like I said, if it would have came out, if Natasha Cloud would, because you all know Natasha Cloud, one of the most difficult ass players in order to deal with, because she is very difficult, just like Skylar Diggins. But if it would have came out that she was like that, it would have came out the last couple of years while she was in New York.
Yeah,
I truly believe that. Like I said, she's from Australia. Much like, remember when Steven Adams got called out for saying some crazy shit when he was on the court at one point, you know, when he said, man, they was moving quick as hell, you know, like little, and he was thinking for, you know, like little monkeys, they was just moving quick as hell. And, you know, they made that into a damn, well, you remember that shit, BRF, when Steven Adams got in trouble. Yeah. I mean, you know, when Steven Adams was playing for damn OKC and doing a playoff game. Mm-hmm. And, you know, Steven Adams, he's from Australia. He's from somewhere along the lines of that, but they got onto him because of that. And they said, hey, he doesn't know the rules of America. He's from Australia. So, you know, hey.
That one, I remember that. I mean, I know he probably didn't mean ill will for it, but that I can understand because they used that to dehumanize us a lot.
Yeah,
but so that I can understand. So hopefully they pulled him to the side, be like,
oh, they pulled him to the side.
Exactly. They pulled him to the side and said,
and that's my point. That's my point about Sandy. If she would have said something like, "You're walking around like a protected fucking, you know, whatever," that's different. Then I'd be like, all right. I still think it should be handled behind closed doors, but like. Then I'd be like, all right, all right, that's kind of fucked up.
Get that pack ass up.
Yeah, you better. Yeah, that's a little different. But again, I also have been experiencing a lot in my own personal life of people not willing to have conversations and just letting drama just explode instead of actually having adult conversations. Even though I keep telling them to just have an adult conversation, it probably would just go away. And I think probably that's why I'm a little like, I think that's real. I know. I think that's my big issue with it. It's just being adult about it. Like, that's it. Just go. Yeah. Don't be tweeting shit. Don't be a fucking child. And maybe I'm just from a different generation. Maybe that's
you did march with John Brown down south, so you did march with John Brown doing the revolts. So
between being called old as fuck and my daughter fat shaming me, we went out to lunch a couple days ago. I'm like, oh shit. So I'm really getting it lately.
Yeah. We talked to a guy who marched with General Sherman. So
I'm glad you didn't burn Madison down. We appreciate you. We appreciate you.
Sure, yes, sir.
We absolutely appreciate you.
Marched with General Sherman.
We appreciate you.
Oh, bro. Hey, you want to make a person from Georgia mad? Say General Sherman was right. If you really want to piss somebody off, say General Sherman was right. I made somebody mad as hell, and I'm from Georgia when they say that. I say, hey, man, you know General Sherman was right. Like, you motherfucker. I was like, all right, bro, chill. Damn. Quick question. Which team is the most dangerous after the All-Star break?
Indiana.
The Lynx. The Lynx and the Dream. Now that Bree Jones is back.
I think it's Indiana. I just think they're slowly getting. I mean, they're 7-3 in the last 10.
I know. Like I said, I want to say Indiana, but I still hark back to Duke. I don't trust their defense. And the crazy, I don't trust their defense.
Yeah, their backcourt deep. I don't.
Don't get me wrong. They've had like games where they just like blew the other team out, and I don't trust their defense. I actually want to say Indiana. I don't trust their defense. I don't trust their defense. I'm looking at Minnesota. I'm looking at Minnesota, especially if they get Nafisa Collier back. I'm looking at I'm looking at Atlanta because they pretty much got if the whole gang is healthy in Atlanta, they're frightening. I mean, you still have to put Indiana in the conversation because their offense is
stop
crazy.
Time out. Not you, BRF. We have to stop saying that the Indiana Fever has coaching issues when they made it to when they damn near beat the Aces last year and they had 12 players on injured reserve. They was literally getting guys off the streets last year. They was literally getting guys off the street.
Yeah, and I mean,
So coaching is not the issue at this point. Coaching is not the issue at this point. At this point, it's just team chemistry. And we got to keep in mind, these young women, they don't get a lot of training camp time. They don't get a time. They have like 3 preseason games, and then the games come. And some of them, they get fresh out of the NC2A tournament. They get drafted, and then that's it. They go right to the W. That's an interesting question right about now. I would love to hear y'all opinion out there. We asked last week, which is more than likely to happen. First, we said Angel Reese winning the Defensive Player of the Year award or Caitlin Clark getting the MVP. So this week, thanks to Mr. Comrade, I'm going to ask y'all, who's going to get a chip first?
Oh, that's a good question because we might solve that. We might solve that this year, depending on how seeding and matchups go.
All right. I think Atlanta is the more
complete team.
Yes, but Indiana has a higher ceiling. So, to my point,
yeah, offensively at least, they definitely have a higher ceiling. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying as a whole. I think Indiana's ceiling is higher.
I think on offense it is. As a team, Atlanta's defense is just still like.
He said the Dream is in better shape than Indy. I think that
it's a complete team.
I think Kelsey's better than Alicia Gray.
I think Atlanta's, but I think Atlanta's deeper.
Yeah.
I think Atlanta's deeper because
Tom Thibodeau Jr. can learn how to use the damn bench. I mean,
if Smesco understands how to utilize that bench, I think Atlanta might be the deepest team in the league between them and somebody like a team like Minnesota, and Vegas. I think those are like the three deepest teams in the league. I think Indiana has the highest offensive ceiling of any team in the league because their offense is just frightening. When they can put up 100 on anybody. I think they're about as close. I think they're about as close to a WNBA matchup proof offense as we've ever seen. I think they're as close to a matchup proof offense as we've ever seen.
And that's why I think the ceiling as a whole is a bit. I'm not saying it's leaps and bounds, but a bit better just because their offense is so good.
I can see that, but my thing is if their defense is just adequate enough to kind of keep up with the offense enough, I think they are the most dangerous team in the league. If the defense is adequate enough to catch up with the offense, for their sake, it needs to be that way because you have teams that defense is already locked in, ready to go. And they don't care that you could put up 100 any night. You might be as close to a matchup-proof offense as there is. There are teams that play lock-up defense that don't care that you can score like that. They'll find a way to slow you down. But I think I would probably say the most dangerous teams to me right now are probably the teams that can win the whole thing. And I'm looking at for me, the big four is Minnesota, Vegas, Indiana, Atlanta. I think they're the big four right now.
Quick question. Do y'all realize this right now? Before you go,
I think Atlanta wins. Well, I mean, I don't think. I don't know.
I think the way the teams are constructed now, I think Atlanta. I will pick Atlanta this year to win it before Indiana
by a hair.
By like that much.
By a hair. I agree. I think if you're gonna pick one, it's
if you're gonna pick one,
I still stick to my point. If Indiana truly figures it out, they'll be damn near unstoppable offensively.
And as presently constructed right about now, I'm looking at the playoff picture right about now. If the season ended today, I don't think that the Indiana Fever would have a chance in order to go to a championship because we would have to play the Dallas Wings.
I like.
They got to play Asia Wilson.
Who Indiana's got to play Asia Wilson?
Yeah, because the third.
I'm about to say. If
the season ended today, they would have to play the Aces.
Yeah,
and if you're not beating Asia Wilson.
If you're telling me I'm getting the Dallas Wings in the first round, I'm damn near licking my chops.
Because they have no bigs. And Enrique Agubawale is one of the most inconsistent shooters in the league. She will shoot you the fuck out of a game.
She will. Exactly. And if I'm the Atlanta Dream on defense, I'm letting her shoot as much as you want. As long as Paige and Jessica Shepard don't get hers, shoot all you want.
Long as you lock down the UConn connection, you pretty much good.
Do the conferences matter, or is it just
they seed 1 through 8. They seed 1 through 8. No, the conferences doesn't matter. They seed 1 through 8.
Yeah. So the Lynx would have to play the Mystics. That's a sweep. The Valkyrie would have to play the New York Liberty, depending on if they got Satu Sabri back.
You say the Valkyrie would play the Liberty?
Yeah, the Liberty
goes in the first round. That goes to full 3 games.
Yeah, but the Liberty has lost 3 straight.
I still think it goes to full 3 games.
The Las Vegas Aces will have to play the Indiana Fever, and then the Dallas Wings will have to play the Dream. So
I think the only sweep is Minnesota Washington. I think it's the only sweep.
So
Atlanta. I take that back. I think Atlanta Dallas has a 2-0 possibility.
Yeah,
but I think Atlanta will sweep Dallas because Dallas don't have any bigs. Atlanta will sweep them out the first round.
Yeah, And if you're still in the chat right now, don't forget to like and subscribe. We'd love to have you. Again, we're here every single Sunday.
Oh, do they play 5 in the first round this year?
Yeah, they play. I think they play. Let me make sure. Let me do my research. Hold on.
Yeah.
Because I think it got changed to 7 games. To the finals got changed to 7 games.
Okay. I like that. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Hold on for 1 second.
So basically, like the old NBA playoff.
Okay, no.
Structure.
It's the semis. The first.
Yeah, I thought the first round was best of 3, and then the semis was
best of 5.
Best of 5.
Now it's the best of 7. So yeah. The semis is the best of 5.
Okay.
So after that first round, it's 5 games.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I that's a matchup. But to the Indiana Fever's credit, the person who matches up with Asia Wilson the best
is Leah Boston.
Leah Boston.
And they spanked that ass the last time they played, didn't they?
So yeah,
they definitely did. They did, but y'all know how I feel when it comes to playoffs. You could beat me.
Oh, it's different.
Yeah, exactly.
You
can sweep. You could like I'll give you an example. Like the I hate to use this because I'm a Hawks fan. That 2021, that first round when the Hawks played the Knicks swept the Hawks in the East in the regular season, and then the Hawks put a 4-1 on them in the first round. Like playoffs is a completely different ballgame.
Yeah, and I believe the person who matches up with Asia the best is Leah Boston, and like Leah Boston dominated that game.
I actually think if Indiana matched up with Vegas in the first round, I think Indiana could put them out. I do.
The Aces.
Put who out?
I think Indiana could put Vegas out in the first round. I honestly do.
Really?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, why not?
I do.
I think they're a matchup.
I do. I think Indiana's the one. I think out of all of the potential playoff matchups, Vegas would want to see Indiana the least because of how good they are offensively. and I'm for real.
Hey, read this. Asia would get 30 shots a game before.
But here's the thing, though. That
is facts.
True. But here's the thing, though. If Caitlin and Kelsey are both going off at the same time, how do you match that? Even with Asia, how do you match that?
But that's
have you forgotten about Jackie Young?
The matchup when you have your one when you have your
Caitlin and I'm still like I know I get it, but the way Kelsey's playing this year, like playing at another high MVP level. I'm just saying, even with Jackie Young, I think Caitlin and Kelsey, if they're both like really clicking,
plus I really think they lost a lot of scoring
could shoot Vegas out the first round. I think they could legit shoot Vegas out the first round. I'm dead serious because this Vegas I don't like this Vegas team as much as years past. I don't like them as much because I feel they're even more Asia or bust than they've been in the past.
Really, it was Asia buzz last year, to be honest.
And they were Asia buzz last year, and I think they're a little more of that this year.
You think they should have kept Kennedy?
If something happened to where they had to let her go, then yes. But I'm sorry, you just don't let 20 points a game off.
Let me ask a bigger question. Like do you think that that the problem was controversy was starting to stir up, and she was eventually, because at one point she was scoring more, she was doing better than Jackie Young and Chelsea Gray.
So there had to be something. There had to be something.
Do you think that started a controversy?
Possibly. I think it was possible, but something to release someone who basically locked up 6 women on a year, to basically release her mid-season like that, it had to be something serious.
Yeah. I kind of call it I think it's kind of like a Chris Carter type of thing where, we're not going to find out until later on. And
speaking of that, I'm glad somebody said something about him. Golden State to me is a dark horse. I like Golden State. Caitlin Chen is the truth. I like Golden State.
Oh yeah.
I like Golden State.
I made a video about them earlier. They kind of give me 2004 Pistons vibes.
Golden State could be that. Golden State to me could be that, like nobody's picking them to win the championship, but they could just have a semifinal run like just they strike me as that type because I like Golden State. I like how they play.
Well, remember before the season started, there was two biggest acquisitions that the general managers and the executives and the owners voted on was two players. Remember, when they said who won the offseason, they said the Atlanta Dream and the Valkyrie.
The Valkyries.
Because they got Gabby Williams. So they held Las Vegas to 68 points. They held Atlanta to 68 points. They held Indiana to 70 points. How the hell do you hold Vegas to 70 points?
Their defense is so good.
Sick. And she is from the Becky Hammond coaching tree, by the way.
Their defense, that's the thing though with me when it comes to the playoffs in all leagues. I'm really about not necessarily just scoring. I'm really about how you're going to stop the other team from scoring, and I'm like that in all leagues. So if you're coming into the playoffs on a just sick defensive run, like go to the NFL. I said the Houston Texans were the dark horse to go to the Super Bowl because of how they play. Bro, what?
Damn.
You're
trying to build. Hey, bro, you can't be building super teams online. Bro. You can't be building super teams.
Oh, boy.
You can't be building super teams online, bro. CC on the Valkyrie will be shit with all that offensive onslaught that she has. Her, Veronica Burton, and Gabby Williams, and Chin. That's nasty as hell. That's ugly.
Here's my thing though. Indiana's gonna lock her up. I don't think Indiana's gonna let her go nowhere. But when you think about the superstars of the WNBA and them changing teams, it's always fun to think about how it would be if they went somewhere else. Like fantasy GMs and stuff like that. It's always fun to think about. It's always fun to place this person here, place this person there. So it's always fun to think about.
No,
I wouldn't want CC to go to Seattle.
Not Seattle.
Not Seattle. Not Seattle. Not Seattle. I
can't see her and Fly J playing together.
Heck no.
I can't see her and Fly J playing together.
That Iowa LSU beef. Y'all had me with the Golden State one. I like that one.
I could not see Caitlin Clark and Fly J playing together.
I don't think Seattle I think Seattle's more than one player away from really getting back into being a playoff contending team.
Yeah.
I think they're more than one player. They're getting there, but I still think they're more than one player away.
Yeah. But hey, we're gonna end it on this note real quick. Real quick WNBA question before we move into this last segment, which will be a wrestling segment.
Okay.
Gotta ask y'all this. Is this championship number 4 for the Vegas Aces this year, or does the dynasty finally end?
I told y'all I don't think Vegas wins it this year. I don't. I'm starting to see kind of the writing on the wall for them this year. I don't think Vegas does it this year. I'm looking at like
Kelsey Gray is aging at this point. Jackie Young has kind of been inconsistent. Remember,
very inconsistent.
when she played us in Atlanta, she didn't score a point. She didn't score a point when she played us in Atlanta.
And it took Chelsea Gray being Chelsea Gray for them to even win that game.
Yeah. So and then they've lost a lot of key players over the years. I think even if they win this year, and they repeat, I think after that, I think it's gonna be it. Because remember, Jackie Young, she only signed a 1-year contract.
Mm-hmm. If you had to put me on the spot to because I don't know if you had to put me on the spot to pick who I think is going to win the WNBA championship this year. I gotta be a homer here. If you're gonna put me on the spot, I gotta say Atlanta. If you put me on the spot.
Okay. I'll go. Look, here's what I want to happen. I need Atlanta and Indiana in the finals.
Honestly, that is the matchup I want. I
need Atlanta and Indiana.
I would die for an Atlanta Indiana finals matchup.
It's what we all want.
So I want to see Atlanta in all their glory. I want to see everybody healthy. Pow,
Yes.
everybody healthy.
I want both teams. I want both teams 100% going into that matchup. I want both.
And
teams
they got to
100%.
move to State Farm Arena.
Absolutely, because Indiana already plays all their games in the Pacers building. So absolutely, I want Atlanta's home games in State Farm. Absolutely.
Quick question though. I have to ask this question real quick. What kind of impact on the viewership and the WNBA would it have if Paige was to win an MVP this year and she was to win a championship? Because they're a dark horse team as well. What kind of impact on the viewership would that have if they met up in the finals? If it was her versus CC in the finals.
Oh, her and CC?
Yeah.
I think that would get ratings too, because Paige and CC are like, I mean, just
the yin and the yang.
Exactly, they're the yin and yang. They're the two best point guards. I think right now they're the two best point guards in the league, and they're like the yin and yang. So it's like, yeah, like Caitlin's and the styles are just similar but different, because like Paige is like she's the smooth one. I've compared their games before. Paige is like the smoother player. Like she's, in my opinion, for me, Paige, I think is better. I think Paige is better off ball. She has a better mid-range game. She's not the playmaker that Caitlin Clark is, but she is an excellent playmaker, even though she's not the playmaker that Caitlin is. Caitlin's the one that can go, if she gets hot, can go 20 and a quarter in like 3 minutes. Like she has like that type of stroke and that type of shot. So I think Dallas and Indiana finals matchup would definitely get good ratings. I definitely do. Like it would probably be. I would say, yeah, Indiana would take
that because of Leah Boston. I think she's better than Jessica Shepard.
Oh, absolutely. Indiana would win that. Would definitely win that. But
can you imagine the shit that would start though? If people talk about how it would be if Caitlin Clark beat Atlanta. Can you imagine the shit that it would start if she was to beat Paige Beckers, the homeboy of the WNBA? Because everybody says Paige is better. Can you imagine? You could tell anybody that would definitely equal weight.
That's probably like, if I had a ranking of top 3 matchups I would want to see in the NBA Finals, that would be in my top 3.
Yeah,
I think the 3. I mean, you got Angel Reese and CeCe. I think you got. I mean, you'd want Aaliyah Boston and Caitlin Clark, because Aaliyah Boston has been, or Aaliyah Boston. Sorry. My God.
Asia
Wilson. Sorry. I think you'd want Asia Wilson and CeCe.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you've had the face of she's been the face of the league prior to the league blowing up, and you have the narrative of the new face of the league, quote unquote. And is it a passing of the torch? Is it, you'd have that.
Kind of like Dr. J and Magic Johnson.
A little bit, yeah. I think I think Paige versus CeCe, because you would just have the two probably most talented. I don't know. Maybe not. But it would signal the new era of the young WNBA.
Like kind of like Sue Bird and Diana Taurasi did.
Yeah, when they took over, and a new era. But we all want Angel Reese versus CeCe, because as much as
y'all, to y'all in the chat, y'all keep saying Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese isn't a rivalry. Y'all keep saying that. It's not a true rivalry, because they're different positions. Rivalry,
but they're going to be compared.
Yeah, like it's not a true rivalry because
whether we like it or not, they're going to be compared.
It's not a true rivalry because CeCe's a point guard and Angel Reese is a natural power forward. But we saw Iowa and LSU, and then we saw how it translated in the offseason and how it's translating into the NBA. We get them in the finals, it's going to be the highest rated finals matchup ever because of those two.
Yeah. Oh, as much as I bitched about the drama before, if it's those two, it's high drama.
Oh, it's high drama. And look, this Atlanta team is a lot like that LSU team. When you look at Haley Van Lith and Flau'jae Johnson, that's their backcourt. She has that backcourt in Atlanta in the form of Alicia Gray and Ryan Howard. When you look at the front court, you had Anissa Merrill. Guess what? And she openly admitted Anissa can do stuff that she can't do. Hey, that's her Bree Jones right now. Jones. Yeah, so if you look at the team from LSU and the team in Atlanta, it's a lot of similarities to that team. So a lot of similarities to that team. So well, we know that was not on the squad. We know she wasn't on that winning squad, but the very next year she was. So, then she eventually did that.
CC's a point guard. Of course, she has more responsibility. She's a point guard.
Yes.
Yeah, I know this. I mean, y'all ain't telling me nothing we don't already know.
We know that she's the superior scorer.
We know she's the superior offensive player and all that. But like I said, y'all and someone brought up it goes back to AAU. Caitlin Clark beating her in AAU. Angel Reese beat her one year in the NCAA tournament, got her a national championship, and then Caitlin Clark put her out to get to a national championship the next year. I mean, whether y'all want to admit it,
I don't know who this guy is, but he knows his shit.
Yeah, like whether folks want to admit
it or not. He knows his shit, man. So
good. Yeah, he does.
Mr. So yeah, he knows his shit.
He does.
So we need you. We need you to subscribe right about that because we need to see you go off.
He definitely knows his stuff, but I mean, like y'all, whether y'all want to admit it or not, like I said, if they're both winning games, and let's say they both ultimately like win a championship, whether y'all want to admit it or not, Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese is gonna be the matchup that's gonna take the WNBA.
The irony. He's from Iowa.
He's from Des Moines. He's from Des Moines.
So. But
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese has the potential to be the rivalry, even though they play different positions, to take the league into the next level.
Yeah. So, and then it's Juju.
Technically, Bird and Magic. I mean, they were primary ball handlers.
Exactly.
We were different positions.
We were calling it Bird and Magic when they were coming out into the draft.
Yeah, we were the first one to say it.
We were the first one. We were the first one to give it that name. Yeah, exactly. We were the first ones to give it that label.
So, quick question. All right, let me ask y'all something. What do y'all think about Fritz Von Erich's? Gunther's new storyline.
I've always been a Nick Aldis.
Try to keep this very short because I know y'all will cook all damn night.
I've always been a Nick Aldis fan. I've always been a fan. So the fact that we're actually going to get to see him wrestle, I'm excited. I'm excited for this match. I think it's something kind of fresh that we really haven't seen in a while. Like, the wrestler and the authority figure that's like, the wrestler finally snaps and takes out the authority figure. The authority figure comes out and takes it back, but the authority figure can actually wrestle. So I'm excited because this is probably one of the matches I'm more excited about. And I saw someone said that they should kick off night one. They should absolutely kick off night one with this match. I'm in agreement. They should kick off night one with this match. I am full agreement that they should. Honestly, it should be the opening match of night one or night two.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. I'll be there. So I don't know. Is it just me or is there a little bit of lack of spice going into the? I'm a little underwhelmed by the Cody Punk thing. I really thought that they would really go into stuff. And
they're starting to turn up a little bit. Like I watched the kick. They had the kickoff today.
I know. I don't know.
Give it, man. See, we rushing. Give it time. We rushing.
All right, maybe I to be fair, I could be being a whiny bitch. All right,
rushing.
Okay, fair enough.
You know what I'm saying? You got two of the best mic workers in the game. Let it breathe.
I'm just spending a lot of fucking money, so
let it breathe.
I better be.
He is going to SummerSlam, but I can't afford that shit.
Yeah, let it breathe.
I will say this. if my baby boy shows up there too, because it smells like he's going to.
Who?
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
He slapped the fuck out of
slapped the daylights out of Logan Paul at Fanatics Fest.
Yeah,
I'm glad he slapped him. I can't stand that bastard. No way.
No, by the way, speaking of Tom Brady, so my daughter, she's 8 years old. She recently discovered Justin Bieber, and
I got that Justin Bieber, please.
Oh gosh, here
now
we go.
I can handle like older Justin Bieber, like mid-level Justin Bieber, like early 20s Justin Bieber, where like all right, okay, yeah. But like that, like early teenage Justin Bieber shit, oh god, so bad. But I got to be able to send her a video from Fanatics Fest of Tom Brady and Justin Bieber playing hockey, and my daughter, as you guys know, plays hockey, so that made her excited and happy. So I thought that was kind of cool. But yeah, so that but yeah, dude, I did this. I will say the card, the way it looks at SummerSlam, makes me happy that it's going to be, because I'm there. We're there for all 3 nights, so we're doing night 1, night 2, and then we're doing the Watch Fest with we'll be at SmackDown too, all 3 nights, and we're doing the watch party with Sol Ruka and a couple other superstars. We get to watch SmackDown with them.
Hey man, let me know how that is, man. I'm trying to get tickets to Sunday Night Live on Labor Day. Let me know how that is, because I really
when they're in Atlanta.
Yeah. So, hey, BRF, if you end up going, let me know so I can get a ticket. We can finally get it popping.
If I can find a way to actually to kind of put it in my little bit of schedule to actually go and have the money to go. Can't make no promises, but best believe you'll be the first one to know. Oh. Because because like I've told y'all before, and I know y'all surprised to hear me say it, I've never been to a wrestling event, so I gotta get to something.
Yeah, you gotta get something, dude.
And Flash, you never did send me my ice cream sandwich, bro.
Sorry.
I'm just saying, you never sent me my ice cream sandwich.
I ate it all. It's been too hot up here.
I just want me a Mayfield's ice cream sandwich.
So SummerSlam has the potential to be the best show of the year, because I still think at this moment right now, the PLE of the year is WrestleMania Sunday. I think SummerSlam could really, like, if they play the cards right and they book it correctly and they make some of it, both nights of SummerSlam can pass WrestleMania Sunday if they do it right.
So, okay, do you have any hot takes / surprises that may happen?
Seth Rollins wins the World Heavyweight Championship.
Oh, you think he beats Roman?
It would not shock me at all, because I feel like all of the greats, maybe with the exception of Austin, had that one kind of like Achilles heel that either it took him a while to finally beat or he just couldn't get over. Because for The Undertaker, for the longest time, it was Shawn Michaels until he beat him twice at WrestleMania. Like John Cena was Brock Lesnar. Roman Reigns for the longest time was Brock Lesnar before he finally beat him. And it's Seth Rollins. I feel like it would be a wrench in the plan, but I feel like it would be something kind of cool for Roman Reigns to have that one person that just he can't get over the hump of beating. And it would actually
clean?
Huh?
You think it's clean?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do. I think it's clean. I think
it's the better story to tell. I just don't know if they're going to have the balls to do
it. I see. There you go. The better story to tell is Roman never being able to beat Seth when it matters. I think it's
you
the
have
better
to have
story.
him have that one.
Everybody has that one.
Everybody's
Remember
got
Hulk
that
Hogan? Even Hulk Hogan had Roddy Piper. He never beat Roddy Piper.
Everyone's got that. You know what? I'll take that back. Everybody's had that one, because honestly, I think for me, for Stone Cold Steve Austin, it was Triple H. It was Triple H. It's like no matter how many times he tried, he just couldn't really get him. Because for Austin, it was Triple H. So,
I think that's a better story to tell.
It is. And I'm with you. I don't know if they're gonna, I don't think they're gonna. I don't know if they're really gonna have the balls or the nerve to pull that trigger. But Seth beating Roman again and being 3-0 in televised and basically being 3-0 in televised title matches against him would be the better story to tell. It really would.
I also think that it just does. It makes the company better because if Seth beats him clean at SummerSlam, that elevates. Not that Seth needs to be elevated, but you know what I mean. Again, there is that Seth is the worker and Roman's the draw, and so if you give Seth a clean win over Roman at SummerSlam, that does more for the business than Roman going over again. It does.
But my thing is I think they want Roman and Oba. I think they want because I feel like they're gonna go down two paths with WrestleMania 43. Rock saw Moana just flop at the box office. So
I saw clips from that garbage.
So don't be. I'm not saying they're gonna make the call, but I'm just saying don't be shocked if The Rock sees that and actually wants to make a little time in his schedule to do Saudi WrestleMania 43. And we get Roman in The Rock.
Hell, look, wait. If you're not going to be committed for at least a year or two, stay your ass in Hollywood. I don't want you there.
I don't want
because the thing is this: I expected him to come in and be to Cody like Vince McMahon was to Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah.
Instead, we got a popcorn farting church, and Travis Scott ended up being in there. Which
I would agree.
Which, by the way, Travis Scott go ahead. Sorry,
I was just saying I would agree if Rock is going to beat Roman, but Rock is not going to beat Roman. So you don't necessarily you just need him free. You just need to find a way to free him from Survivor Series up to WrestleMania, because Rock's not going to beat Roman Reigns. You just need him freed up for that entire season, Survivor Series up to WrestleMania. But I'm just saying it's just out there. I don't think it's going to happen because I think they see Roman and Oba as the plan for WrestleMania 43. I just think Seth beating Roman would be the better story.
I think that's the backup plan to Rock.
It is. Roman and Oba is the backup. It is. I think it is the backup to Rock because I still think
the plan is Rock.
It's kind of like Goldberg versus damn. I can't even think of anything like Goldberg versus. I don't know what to compare it to because Oba is kind of like on a Goldberg type of run. He's on like a Goldberg type of run because he rarely loses.
I'm okay with him not getting the title for I don't need I don't know. I'm okay
Here's my thing.
I just want to see. I don't know. I don't need it that. I want to see other things before this. It's not me shitting on Oba.
No,
it's not. I'm not doing that.
Here's my thing though. I think the only thing to offset Oba would be if they just finally just say, "Okay, Braun, let's go. It's you now."
I know,
but I don't think they're going to do that. I don't know if they're going to do that.
Since he got hurt, he hasn't gotten that momentum back.
He's just been floating in the middle,
I've never been a big Braun Breaker guy, anyways. I think he has a really stupid name. That's not a mainstream name,
Well, they did the same thing with Von Erich when he came in there and they made it the Texas Tornado.
I don't know. I don't think he needs. I just don't think he needs to be Steiner. I don't think he ever.
He doesn't need to be Steiner. I don't know. Doesn't need to be something. I don't know. Braun Breaker. It's the same. It's why I was always annoyed by Dolph Ziggler's name. Dolph Ziggler would have been a bigger star if his name wasn't Dolph Ziggler.
And if he didn't have that ugly ass finishing move.
Which one?
I didn't mind the finisher personally. The zigzag, I didn't mind. I like the zigzag personally. I think it was something different.
I love the zigzag.
I love the zigzag.
I ain't like that damn move. That shit was ugly to me.
I love the zigzag. I think that's an underrated finisher, honestly.
Yeah, I didn't like that, but that's another story for another day.
And then they tried to just just drop the super kick on him. I'm like, no, man, lead the zigzag, lead the zigzag.
Yeah, just let him be the zigzag. They tried to blend the Michaels stuff with him a little too much at one point.
Yeah,
and don't get me wrong. I think he was on Michael's level for the ability to tell a story in the ring.
His selling,
and yes, again, I because you go back, there's the two. You go back to the Michaels. It's the Austin team versus the
Austin versus McMahon. I mean, Bischoff.
The Bischoff team, and Michaels has to go through, and he ends up losing. I think Orton cost.
Orton finally wins, but I think Michaels had to go 1v4.
Yeah, 1v4, and he almost pulled it off. And then Ziggler does the same thing, where it's Cena's team versus
the Authority.
The Authority,
and he actually does it,
and he pulls it off, and it's his is just as epic as Shawn's is.
And that still kind of ticks me off, because it's like, if you couldn't make Dolph Ziggler after doing that, he had no shot, and they didn't do it. After that, I was like, yeah. Any shot of him being like a main event guy, if you couldn't do it after what he did at that Survivor Series, it wasn't gonna get done.
And I still think it's the name. I don't. And the other problem is too, this is the problem with the workers are never going to be the biggest draw. They just aren't. It just has been proven throughout history.
It's always going to be the big 260, 270 pound guys.
Yeah, or guys like Roman. Like even though Roman can go,
Roman is uber athletic and is a great worker in his own right.
Stupidly athletic. I mean, and Austin before his neck injury was a worker. Like, make no mistake, before he had to go to being a brawler consistently. So like he was a worker. So I think Austin is maybe the exception to the rule, just because he was a worker originally and still was that way until the neck injury for a lot of it. But, you know, you look throughout history, like Michaels was never not that he wasn't a draw, but he wasn't like, you know, Hogan, Cena.
Michaels was the closest thing at his size that we ever got as far as being like a face of the company compared to like Hogan and Cena. He's the closest thing. He's the closest we've ever gotten to having a guy his size being the true face of the company and having a lasting effect.
Because if you look at like the top 10 matches of all time, like half of them are Michaels
or Shawn Michaels matches.
Yeah. It's why I say he's the greatest ever, because they just I think he's the GOAT. I'll say this though. I think he's the GOAT in ring performer. I mean, again, it's the draw versus the in. I know. He was just so, I don't know, whatever. But it's but I'm hoping this SummerSlam is good. I think they're setting up the Liv Morgan Io Sky thing a little too much. Like, Liv's gonna lose.
You know she's gonna lose.
Yeah, she's gonna lose. I do think that, which I'm fine with. I do think it's at the point they need to do something with her and Dom. Either they need to take them away from the Judgment Day, or they need to work on their split.
Yeah. See, now this is where it could work in the Liv's favor and have Liv retain if they're going to do something with Raquel Rodriguez. I still feel like the end game is Liv versus Raquel at some point.
It is. It has to be.
So that's why I think if you want to really build Raquel up to be like the next face of the women's division, Liv might ought to win here, so you can kind of set that up down the line for maybe like Survivor Series.
because I don't even think Io. I don't think Io needs the title.
She doesn't need it right now.
She doesn't need it, and to me, she's got a separate storyline where, again, you talk about like that one like kryptonite thing. You have a whole story to tell between her and Rhea Ripley.
Exactly.
And it would get Rhea away from the title. I still not. They need to go on like a 6 month, 9 month long, like not 9 month, but like 6 month long feud where Rhea's chasing her, and it has nothing to do with the title. It has to do with like
she can't beat her.
You could do a whole thing basically that's like kind of like the Michaels and the Undertaker second go around WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Where you're like Rhea just basically loses her mind because she just can't beat her.
Or like Batista versus Edge.
Oh, you could do that. You could do that.
You know what? Next show, we're going to dedicate the entire show to the build up of SummerSlam.
I'll take it.
Because I can listen to you guys cook all night when it comes to this. We got to end it on this note, man. Any final words?
No, I'm pretty good for tonight.
I'll just say shout out to everybody that came in and pulled up and hollered at you boys. One of the bigger turnouts we've had since starting the UGSP. So shout out to everybody that came in the chat and continue love, man. We appreciate the love and support, man. Continue to come out and show us love, man, because we enjoy doing this, and we want to take it somewhere. So shout out to y'all and appreciate the support. It was fun. It's fun. Like I said, I love y'all too, man, and I'm glad I love getting to do the show with y'all, man. So hey, a topic not thought about is a topic not talked about, people.
Same.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Soul Auctioneer, and thank all of y'all who are in the chat. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button, man. We would love to have all of y'all back next week, man, to get a lot of your insight on there, because a lot of your insight became a lot of topics on the show today. So we appreciate everybody who was engaged, because like I said, you're not just engaging, your comments become topics of the show. And when you guys are on here, it makes it a whole lot simpler for us to talk about things and do what we do best. On that note, we salute y'all. Holla.